Do you ever feel like social media is quietly controlling your mind without you even realizing it?
Honestly, yes. And the scary part is, it doesn't feel like control. It feels normal, like it's just part of life now.
Exactly. That's what makes it dangerous. It doesn't force you, it just slowly shapes how you think, what you value, even how you see yourself.
I've noticed something about myself. Whenever I scroll for a long time, I start comparing my life to others, even when I know those posts aren't real.
Same here. It's like your brain knows it's filtered, edited, maybe even fake, but your emotions still react as if it's real.
Yes, and then you start questioning yourself, like, why am I not doing enough? Or why is my life so boring?
That comparison is toxic because we're comparing our real everyday lives to someone else's highlight reel.
And we don't even realize how much it affects our self-worth. It's subtle, it builds slowly.
Let me ask you something. When you post something, do you care about how many likes you get?
I wish I could say no, but yes, I do, even if I don't want to admit it.
Same. And that's where the problem starts, because your value starts getting attached to numbers.
It's like if a post gets fewer likes, you feel like something is wrong with you.
Exactly. Not the post, you.
That's actually scary when you think about it. A number on a screen deciding your mood.
And it doesn't stop there. It affects confidence too. You start overthinking everything: how you look, what you say, how people perceive you.
I've even deleted posts before, just because they didn't perform well.
Same. And after deleting, you feel weirdly relieved, but also kind of disappointed.
It's like you're chasing validation, but never really satisfied.
Because it's a loop. You post, you wait, you check, you compare, and repeat.
And the worst part? It never feels enough. Even if you get a lot of likes, next time you want more.
That's how addiction works.
Do you think social media is actually addictive?
Not just addictive, it's designed to be addictive. Every notification, every like, every scroll, it's all planned to keep you hooked.
That explains why it's so hard to stop scrolling. You tell yourself just 5 minutes, and suddenly it's been an hour.
And after that hour, do you feel good?
Not really. I feel drained, like I wasted time.
Same. It gives temporary pleasure, but long-term emptiness.
That's such a strong way to put it, but it's true.
And here's something deeper. Social media doesn't just affect how we see others, it affects how we see ourselves.
In what way?
We start building a version of ourselves for others, not for who we really are.
Like creating a perfect image?
Yes, a curated identity, where everything looks good even if reality isn't.
That's exhausting, though, keeping up with that image.
It is, and it creates pressure. Pressure to look perfect, act perfect, live a perfect life.
But no one's life is perfect.
Exactly. Yet everyone pretends it is.
So we're all comparing fake versions of ourselves to each other?
That's the irony. Everyone is struggling, but everyone is also pretending not to.
That makes me think, how many people are silently feeling the same way but not saying anything?
Probably millions.
That's sad.
It is, and it leads to something deeper: loneliness.
Wait, how does social media cause loneliness? It's supposed to connect people.
That's the idea, but connection online is not the same as real connection.
That's true. You can have hundreds of followers and still feel alone.
Because real connection needs presence, emotions, honesty, not just likes and comments.
Sometimes I feel like people know my posts, but they don't really know me.
That's powerful and very real.
And when you feel low, social media doesn't help. It makes it worse.
Because instead of support, you see people doing better than you.
Even if they're not actually doing better.
Right, but your mind doesn't process it that way.
So what's the solution? Should we just quit social media completely?
I don't think quitting is realistic for everyone. It's part of modern life now.
Then what?
Awareness, control, and boundaries.
Explain that.
First, awareness, knowing that what you see is not the full reality.
So reminding yourself that it's curated.
Exactly. Second, control. You decide how much time you spend, not the app.
That's hard, though.
It is, but not impossible.
And boundaries?
Limit what you consume. Follow people who inspire you, not those who make you feel insecure.
That's actually a really good point. The content you watch shapes your mindset.
100%. Your feed is like your mental diet.
Wow, mental diet. I like that.
If you constantly consume negativity, comparison, and unrealistic standards, your mind suffers.
So we should be more careful about what we scroll.
Exactly. And also, take breaks.
Like a digital detox?
Yes, even a few hours without social media can make a difference.
I've tried that once. I felt strangely peaceful.
That's because your mind finally gets a break from constant stimulation.
You know what's interesting? Before social media, people still had problems, but they weren't constantly comparing themselves.
That's true. Comparison existed, but not at this scale.
Now it's 24/7.
And global. You're not just comparing with people around you, but with the entire world.
That's overwhelming.
It is, and unrealistic.
So maybe the real goal is not to be perfect, but to be real.
Exactly. Real over perfect.
But do you think people will accept real?
Slowly, yes. Authenticity is becoming more valuable.
I hope so, because pretending all the time is tiring.
And unnecessary. The right people will appreciate the real you.
That's comforting.
Let me ask you something deeper. Who are you when you're not online?
That's a hard question.
Take your time.
I think I'm more relaxed, less worried about how I look or what people think.
That's the real you.
And you?
I feel more focused, more present, like I'm actually living, not just watching others live.
That's powerful.
Social media should be a tool, not a replacement for real life.
I agree. We should use it, not let it use us.
Exactly.
You know, this conversation made me realize something.
What?
I need to be more conscious, not just scroll mindlessly.
That's the first step.
And maybe stop seeking validation from strangers.
That's a big step.
It won't be easy, though.
Nothing meaningful ever is.
True.
But it's worth it, because your self-worth should come from within, not from a screen.
I'll remember that.
Good.
And maybe next time, instead of scrolling, I'll do something real.
Like what?
Talk to someone, go outside, read, learn something new.
That sounds like real growth.
Yeah, real, not filtered.
I like that.
Me too.
So less scrolling?
Less scrolling.
More living?
Definitely more living.